We've just seen a very English scandal.
Yes.
What did you think?
Loved it. It was an embarrassment of riches.
It was, wasn't it?
The story just kept unfolding and unfolding and unfolding. The acting was all phenomenal. It was witty. It was actually quite moving in parts as well, wasn't it? Because it was a real
I think I was
love story.
I was totally wrong-footed by a story that I seem to remember being in the press as quite a dark story.
Well, it is a dark story.
Well, I know, but they've taken an incredibly light approach to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of very humorous and very light. It's directed by Stephen Frears,
Oh yeah, he's
who
very
did The
clever.
Queen, didn't he, and other such films. But from the get-go, there was Izzy. We were watching it with our eldest, Izzy, and she said, "Oh, finally, Hugh Grant's found a part that isn't him,"
Yeah.
which is kind of true.
And he is utterly brilliant.
He really is.
I mean, really.
No,
Him
I mean,
and Benedict Cumberbatch this week. We should
I know.
be very pleased with
We should be very
ourselves.
proud of our actors.
Yeah.
Hugely Grant and Benedict Cumberbatch. Fantastic
And
stuff.
Ben Whishaw, even though one can't help think of Paddington the whole way through, which must be very annoying for him, he's very good in
He did
it.
mention Paddington Green whilst
He
he was
did.
going
I mean, he's
on
a
the
little
bus.
bit mannered, because he is mannered. But
He is a little bit
But
mannered.
it's right for his character.
It is,
'cause
it
he's
is. I really liked the very first scene where it started with Alex Jennings and from The Crown.
Yeah.
Who did he play in The Crown?
He played Prince Edward. Edward
Edward,
VIII.
yeah, that's right. I just thought their relationship was so good, and he's just one of those underrated actors that just keeps popping up and just hammering in brilliant performances of this sort of acerbic, kind of wry, kind of just very, very English sort of sense of humour. He's very good.
Oh, I mean, you just couldn't imagine. I mean, him and Hugh together, they have enormous chemistry. Oh my God! I mean, they were just so good. I could almost watch it all over again because there were so many moments. You were literally bombarded with so many. Well, very good writing, very good storyline. This fantastic relationship between Hugh Grant and Ben Whishaw, and then the fantastic relationship between Hugh Grant and Alex Jennings.
Yes.
And it was just great seeing men talk in the way they did. That incredible friendship. And at points I did think, could this really have happened? Do men ever talk like this? Could this have happened in the 60s, that two men would talk so openly? I mean, the scene where Alex Jennings asks Hugh Grant whether he was truly in love. I didn't know whether I was having to suspend belief there a bit.
Well, I think-
could that possibly have happened?
I
in that
don't
day and
think
age?
they'll have any records of whether those were the actual
No, I don't
conversations
mean
being had.
actually between
But
those
no.
two people, but just society. Did men talk like that to each
I
other?
don't know, yeah, I'd be curious to know. But I did think whether it be them being a little bit liberal with what would have been the truth in those days, I thought it added to a really rich analysis, if you like, of what it meant to be gay at a time when it was illegal.
And this was only in the 60s, one
this was in the
forgets it was
60s.
illegal then.
And it was very interesting because, of course, Hugh Grant's character and his approach to Ben Whishaw is predatory in a sense, and it makes you cringe and it makes you feel hostile, and you think, oh my God, this isn't right. And he's clearly taking advantage of a younger man, and yet at the same time, they're kind of united by the fact that none of them can be honest in their sort of expression of sexuality. And there's that very strong scene where they go to see. There's someone else who's related to one of the other politicians, and they go to the house with the badgers running around, and he tells the story of his brother killing himself. It was incredibly moving.
And then he talks about all these people, they've gassed and hung themselves and slashed their wrists and taken overdoses. He said, but it's not suicide. I believe they've been murdered by the law, which I thought was a really powerful line, wasn't it?
Yeah. I would say, as a warning to people watching this, there are a few moments which are a bit, shocking and explicit, and I was surprised to see it on the BBC.
But we did watch it with both our daughters, well, the older ones, 15 and 24.
But that was interesting.
It's a little bit.
But it was interesting that both our daughters, 15 and 24, stuck with it, and I think that's a real credit to the producers to make a film about politics in the 60s watchable, even.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's
And they've
been.
never heard of Jeremy Thorpe.
No, and also, but there's the danger. I mean, I must admit, as I came to it, I was thinking I kind of know what I'm going to expect. It's going to be brown, boarded, fusty rooms, and the back of the Houses of Parliament, lots of kind of chit chat, liberal party politics. And I thought, oh God, it could be a bit boring.
I thought it was going to be as dull as ditch
But as soon
water.
as it started with an extreme close-up of Hugh Grant, just performing brilliantly. I thought
I didn't
this
even
is
know it
great.
was Hugh Grant.
I just thought it was amazing.
Oh
and
my
you
God,
said that
wait
he's
till
gone
you-
to lots of lengths.
So he's lost a lot of weight. He went on a very low-calorie diet with lots of cycling to lose a lot of weight to get that gaunt look that Jeremy Thorpe had.
What did you think of Ben Whishaw?
Night at the telly.
What did you think of Ben Whishaw?
I thought Ben Whishaw was brilliant.
If I had one criticism, I thought some of the transitions in the narrative, I thought it pacing wise, it lost the plot a little bit, because I thought there was a moment where Ben Whishaw had a montage of him being a model, and it moved too quickly to a place of him being out of control and sort of lost it. And I also thought getting him into the flat happened a bit too quick. I thought there were a few pacing issues. I thought
I didn't agree.
Scooted along a bit too quickly at certain points.
No, I liked the pace.
Did you?
And that's a lot of what I liked about the direction, was that there were these changes of pace. And so, I mean, I was just engaged for every second. I loved it from start to finish. How long is the series?
I don't know how long we've got it.
There's loads.
Yeah, I hope there's a few.
Well,
I felt there was a few pacing issues, but
I disagree.
Yeah.
So we'd love to know what you think. Do you agree with
think?
Mark, or do you agree with me?
And I have to say, I've always wanted to see Hugh Grant in a part where he sort of reached beyond being Hugh Grant. And
I've always loved Hugh Grant.
Yeah, I've always had a soft spot.
My sister worked with him. She said he's the most charming, adorable man as well. So I like that. I like when I hear an actor's actually a really nice man too.